lint behind and clean the tile as well. Because if it's dirty, that transfers to your client. Okay? So now that doesn't come off, so we're going to cover it because it looks horrible. Then we are going to shake our bottle for 60 seconds. Let's double time. Now, what I see is some girls will put a dot this way. What are we going to do with that? Nothing. Because that's not enough. So in this instance, I want a good enough ball of adhesive that I can see what I'm working with. Okay. All I did was clean off the tip. You're not missing anything exciting. Okay, so now I have 0.12 or 0.07 in 12 millimeter. Now, this tray specifically, it's all 12s.
Can y'all see the over here? It's all 12s.
So you can order them with all 12s if you know that's a length that you use the most. But here I have 0.03 C-curl mix. So that means I have different lengths in this tray. So for right now, I'm going to show you how to build a fan. And there's more than one way. Okay. This isn't the end all be all. So I'm going to take this strip out of the tray in case you missed that part. You want to see the foil backing, pull it off. You can now set that aside. And now I want to place this on my palette because this is my working surface. So this is a 0.07. I want to mark it with my pen. I can't tell. Okay. So now this part's going to hurt just because we're trained to not be wasteful. But this is going to hurt a little bit. You want to take off a good chunk off that strip so that you can fan. Okay. Now some people can fan directly off the end. I'm not one of those people, but I can talk you through it. Okay. So I fanned it out from the very edge. Now I want to come in with my tweezer and squeeze very tightly and then lift that fan. I see where I'm grabbing. And here's another thing that I want to say, and this tweezer's best. This one. So what you are looking for, what happens on these tweezers is there's a sweet spot. So you can actually close your tweezers, and if you can see white or the color behind it through that bite, then there's either your tweezer is off, something's bothering it, or there's something on the inside that's not allowing it to close all the way. But you can also start to see where that bite begins, and that should be your sweet spot. So for this tweezer, it's right about here. So that's where I want to come in and make sure that my lashes are, so that when I close that tweezer, I'm gripping the lashes in that sweet spot. Right about there. Then I come in and lift up, come into the adhesive, and I can scoop about 1 millimeter in. And at the same time, while I'm scooping in, I can release the tension. You can see the lashes moving from here. Did you see them move? They're shifting a little bit. I want that base to come together. If the base doesn't come together, I can use this glue ring. But like I said, I really try not to. But if I'm going to use a glue ring, I'm going to swipe it. I'm going to put it down at the very bottom until I see those bases come together, and I can release the tension a little bit. I can pick up more adhesive because I want them to come together. I don't want them crossing. Okay, so now they've come together. Now, because I've swiped it, that adhesive is still in that ring, like because I wiped it off the back. So now I'm going to come in and scoopsy about 1 millimeter in and pick up more adhesive. Then I want to come over here So where I marked my 12, can you see? Is it in frame?
Oh, no, you know that.
This way?
Yeah, right there.
So where I have that 12 marked, I'm gonna isolate the lash. And you always wanna make sure your body is where you're going to lash. So right dead center, I'm gonna come in and isolate the 1. Okay, and I always scoop my tweezer back because I need those lashes wide open. Okay, so it's kind of been held there in the air for about a second or two. So I'm gonna pick up a little bit more. Now what I want to do is shimmy up and down. And once I see those bases moving, I'm gonna hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm gonna let it go. I see it moving, so I'm still giving it a little bit of guidance, and now it's on there. It's not the greatest fan, but it's a fan, and it's gonna work, okay? So now you can see where it's filled in the gap a little bit, okay? So that's shimmying off the edge, okay? So now what I'm gonna do is take off a few more and just place them over here. Oh, let me come back over here. Oops. The next way to do this is I want to pick up 4. Then this is my preferred method. So I want to make sure my tweezer is open and I'm just gently pushing all the lashes forward, making sure that they're still staying closed and not fanning open. Then I'm going to death grip it, slide halfway up off the strip, and then slide my tweezer down, and then death grip again. It's not working. Let me grab a different tweezer. See if this works. Up. The bases are still together, and it's partially fanned. So I'm going to place it down like laying a baby in the cradle, gently placing it down. Now they're on the strip. So here's what I see too, where students are like pressing, and what you're doing is just pressing it further into that strip. It's going to make it harder for you to pick up. So what you need to keep in mind is you're going to close your tweezer. You're going to use the back side of the tweezer while it's still closed, and you're going to use the tip to do either micro taps or micro rolls. Can you see that on screen too? Just gentle. So I like doing micro rolls because you see how easily that fan opens up? And it's very gentle. It's not a lot of pressure. So now it's open the way I want it. So now with my tweezer, a little higher up, closer to where the curl starts, we're going to cross our fingers. I'm going to open my tweezer parallel to the palette. I'm going to slide in, because here's something you have to remember. If I come in and I graze these lashes, you see how they're leaning forward? Because my tweezer is angled. And then if I do this and I graze them, it's going to move them this way. So when I come in to grip that fan, I need to make sure that it's clear. I go in and then I grip. Okay? So, and I drank coffee, so I got some shakes. For me to come in and slide this tweezer in there and gently make sure that there's clearance. Now what I'm going to do is squeeze, and you can see I've got some pressure going on because my fingertips are turning white. I lift it up. My bases are still together. Mind you, I lift it up. Some people can roll them and they'll come up. Now we come in a scoopsy doopsy, 1 millimeter in, and you can see that bottom adhesive. So I want to take a little bit of that off. So just slowly back into the adhesive ball and it'll come off. So right about here, right? Okay. Now the same process. I'm going to come in and isolate. Slide my tweezers back a little bit. Now I want to shimmy and hold. And I'm making sure that my bases make contact and that I'm laying lashes a little further back so that way they cradle into the natural lash. And you can see that, right? Because they're not lifted up and they're not too far down. All right, so that's another way of making it. Now, you can also incur the expense, let's see, and buy adhesive dots. And let me see where I have some. I usually give them away. But you can buy adhesive dots, and I actually bought some at Dollar Tree, and they actually work pretty good. But if you go to Walmart or Target, get the Scotch brand or one of the popular tape brands, because those are going to work best. Here we go. And these are larger. And the reason I say those brands is because when you peel these dots off, they actually maintain their shape. And these are larger, and I found that they do maintain their shape. And I buy these as well. Okay, so you can see how it has the backing on it. All you want to do is lift this off. Okay, so you can do two things with this. I bought these online from Barbarella, but you can buy these also through Amazon. So if you wanted to, you can get this adhesive dot and set it here. Lift this off. You can place this there so that it doesn't move. Then you'll grab another adhesive dot. But mind you, you don't want to use this over and over again. You need to swap that out every 15 to 30 minutes. Okay, and then here's a second dot. And just set that there and just show you how that comes into play. Okay, so now we're gonna can you see? No. Okay, so we're right about here. Okay, so here's the adhesive dots. All I did was tear it off, and there's one here, and then I placed the cup on a second one. And like I said, you can buy these on Amazon as well. Okay, so you would have adhesive in here, but we're just gonna bake the process because my adhesive is here. All right, so now I can just come straight off the strip, go straight to the adhesive dot, and notice my base is split. But see how it kind of fans out already? I can come in and tap closer to the curl, and you see how I'm just doing micro taps, and they fan out. Okay, so then I can come in and grip, and it's parallel to the palette. Depth grip comes straight up. Okay, they kind of fanned out the bases, but I'm not sweating it. I can come in and grip at that 1 millimeter, brought the bases together, but I can even go so far as to come here to bring all of them together, brought my bases together. Now I can come in and attach. So I'm going to do that shimmy method, and I know I'm off camera, I'm sorry. Shimmy method, and I should have about 4 lashes. You can count 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And it's on. Okay. So now, what was the other process? Making them with the ring. Okay. So we can just, and I just showed that. Okay. So those are your options. Oh, that's what I was going to show you. So now, say we want to make fans with our 0.03s. That's a whole different process. And here we go. So to make your fans with the 0.03s, like your megas, you are picking up anywhere from 15 to 25 lashes. So you're going to shimmy here so that they open up. Can they see me? Okay, so now we're depth gripping to lift up. Then what you're going to do is come in, and you actually have to drag this out so that the bases come together. And if it's not coming together, you're going to do it again. Dragging that adhesive out, and you can release the tension a little bit if you're seeing that that lash isn't doing what you want it to do. And drag it out till it comes together. Okay, so it came together. I'm going to come in and pick up another little scoop of adhesive. Then I can come and do it like that. I'm going to go this way. So I've got 10 millimeter fan, so I'm going to come in right here and adjust myself a little bit. Isolate. And notice I opened that isolation tweezer really wide because I need to have space for this tweezer to come in so I can attach the lashes in. And there you go. So that's the technique for your 0.03 pans. Do I need to repeat anything for anybody? No? Okay. All right then. If there are no questions, we are donezos. It's already going on 8 o'clock. All right.
Miss Monica,
Who's talking to me?
Micaela.
What's up, Micaela?
I was gonna say that I got those little glue cups off of Shein for really cheap.
Shein, I used to order off of Wish, but Wish takes forever.
Shein's pretty fast. I like it. They have a lot of lash supplies. Like they have the lash bottles that you rinse. They have a big one and a small one for $1.50.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
I honestly, I personally have never shopped on Shein. I just never have, and I always say, "Oh, I'm gonna try it," and then I don't. But I hear that a lot of people actually do. So thank you for that information.
I like it. It has a lot of lash supplies, really inexpensive. They always have a coupon code, and then I think it's $29 or more, you get free shipping. So
That's good. Thank you.
I like it for lash supplies.
Thank you. Thank you for that information. All right, Anaí, can I see your face? Let me see. I can't hear you. Are you an on-campus student? You are, aren't you?
Hybrid.
You're hybrid, okay. Because your name comes up and I was like, I don't recall her face. It's just because I don't see you every day. All right. Well, you can type your name in the comment